So we've moved what we were originally going to do today in order to honor the memory of Prince, who passed away Thursday at the age of 57. Musical icon, pioneer, and genius. The Loki and Jabroni Show wants to extend their condolences to Prince's fans, friends, and family today as we take our time to celebrate his life.
And welcome to the Loki and Jabroni Show. If you guys notice, we will not be rocking our normal intro music this week. We'll give a moment of silence to Prince. I gotta say this, as always, my name is Loki, and across the field,
I am Jabroni.
shock, dude, shock. I got the message from Janelle.
Yeah.
Prince died, and I'm like, oh god, here we go again. It's one of those stupid, Betty Davis,
Yeah.
Betty White bullshits. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking for it. And the first one I came across was CNN.
Well, the first one I got was TMZ, but I can see, yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe they found some. And I went back and related stories. I mean, it was just from every make, and I was like, holy crap. Number one, we're still gonna keep with the flow of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Things that pissed you off. As soon as I found out about this, I was talking to people at work, and I said, holy shit, Prince just died. And one of the new guys that just started working there, a manager named Freddie. It doesn't surprise me with the drugs that he did.
I don't recall ever hearing a scandal with him. Ever.
And
I was thinking about that last night.
And I stopped him and I said, you know what, dude? How come the first thing that's everybody's brain is drugs, number one. And just like you said, number two, I don't ever recall ever in my life that Prince ever had an issue. Maybe alcohol in the 80s or a little bit of coke or whatever, but not an abuse.
No.
Not at a point to the point where he was like fucking, like off to the side. The guy was incredible. For people to not have the knowledge, it just kind of, pisses me off. Everybody loves Raymond's mother, obviously.
Doris Roberts.
Everybody says bad news comes in threes. Well, obviously, we got our threes.
Yeah.
We really did. We got our threes. We got Doris Roberts. We obviously had Prince. And then right before that, we had China, which rocked the freaking, rocked it.
That was the beginning of my morning, was reading about China passing. Everybody blew it up. And they say CNN actually had I watched a lot of CNN last night, a lot of Prince coverage, and they had their little interspersal of China, in similar news. Here's what happened earlier in the day. They say they're speculating she was already dead for a day and a half when they found her. And if someone wanted to call overdose, drugs, whatever, there's the poster child right there. I'm not going to say anything. When a 46-year-old woman in fantastic shape drops dead, there's got to be a lot of things that could have happened.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pinpoint drugs and say, well, she overdosed. That's all there is to it.
Listen, I want to clarify something right now. There's a reason why we're doing a Prince dedication show and not a China dedication show. Not taking away from China and not trying to piss a lot of people off, but I probably will. Yes, she was the ninth wonder of the world. Yes, she did open a lot of doors for women's wrestling, and she did create the excitement that women's wrestling is today.
Oh, yeah. She was
However,
a groundbreaker.
she was not an angel by any standards of the imagination. Just look her up. Put China and then the word porn.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Number one. That's just number one.
Films.
And I'm not even judging her on that. But sit there and watch, even after that, if they have side interviews, YouTubes. Watch when she's doing fucking coke with fucking Six Pack or X-Pac or whatever
Sean
the fuck
Waltman, either way.
Exactly. Whatever the fuck he calls himself now. Dude, they're blasted. They are in la
They
fucking
had
land.
that reality show that I was addicted to, the Surreal Life.
That was good.
All in the house.
Yes, yep.
And she was in the house with Flavor Flav, which, of course, now I'm going to watch because you got Flavor Flav and China in one house. And her and X-Pac get into this argument, and the cameras catch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're just retardedly ridiculous. And they keep talking about their addictions. And you know what? Anybody that can kick an addiction, props to you.
Fuck
Not
yeah,
sure
dude.
if she ever did. Not quite positive.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say probably not.
Maybe. But yeah, that was the first news of the day. I was in McDonald's, not far from here, not far from Valhalla Entertainment Complex. We're texting back and forth, you and I, about meeting up for the fantastic T-shirts and whatnot. And it comes across as a news buzz, which I have on my phone. Big news comes up that follows my likes. TMZ reports Prince found dead. And I turn the phone and I show it to the Immortal, and she goes, I'll bet you that's a hoax. Okay, not so sure. We come here, we do our thing, we deliver Tugman his T-shirts, guys. Don't forget, watch the show. We get, after we're done, we head to practice, and I'm dicking around on my phone, and there it was, CNN, ABC News, NBC News, Prince is found dead. And there are deaths in music and in celebrity that are shocking, but not a shock.
Listen, just this year alone.
I know.
Dude, I'll tell
you
you what.
We had a whole episode earlier.
I love living. I love life. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of pissed off at the fucking concert I'm missing right now. Because I'll tell you what, imagine Prince and fucking Lemmy.
Oh, man. David Bowie.
Could you see that show right now? Could you see that show right now?
And all the guys that are already up there, like Eric Carr, like Dimebag, like Marvin Gaye.
Dude, man. It's like fucking Woodstock in heaven, dude.
Used to be Earth was the place to be for great music. Now heaven is the place to be for great music.
Wow, I think you just fucking hit that shit right on the head there, bro.
There are deaths that are shocking but not a shock. And there's a difference between shocking and a shock.
Right.
When we got the word that Scott Weiland passed, that was shocking.
It was shocking,
but it wasn't a shock. You saw it coming.
You knew he was a train wreck. Yep. Exactly. Same thing with China.
Yep.
I'm going to say that.
I'll say it for Lemmy. Lemmy's 70 years old. He has beaten his body to death for 70 years. His death was shocking, but it wasn't a shock. This was a shock.
Keith Richards, still around, is shocking.
Oh, my Lord. Yes, indeed. How Keith Richards and Ozzy have outlived us all, I'll never know. They're picking.
Ozzy eats bats, so he he got rabies or some shit.
But yeah, this is one of those for me that is shocking and a shock because it's Prince. He's not a guy you see in the papers with scandals. He's not a guy who's in and out of rehab. He's not a guy who peed on young ladies in a closet or anything like that. He just went out and made the most incredible music that our generation, and when I say our generation, from birth to if you're on the death's doorstep right now, that's our generation for music.
Yes, yeah.
All this wonderful music. He was the one. If Bowie's here, Prince is. I say Prince is right up there with him.
I want to put him above him. Just listen.
I would for two reasons, but I want to hear your
song-wise, vocal-wise, you're not going to beat Bowie. And I'm not going to say that Prince doesn't have a strong voice because, my God, he has an incredible voice. Bowie's voice was just so mellow and violent, and you know what I'm saying? So I got to give vocals for Bowie. But stage presence, the abilities that Prince had. I mean, come on. Was it 35 instruments? And I want to say 28 were self-taught.
Yeah.
Was it 20?
I'd have to look that up.
But I mean, dude, I mean, this is a guy who, let's put it, his family life was shit, and it was made into a movie. Purple Rain is based on his.
I was going to wait on that point, but when you hear Prince's music, it's autobiographical. He's not writing topical. It is kind of topical, but he's that's his window for you to look into his life because by all accounts he was very shy. He kept a very small circle of friends. Yes, he had contacts in the music industry and they all had their say. I saw some wonderful tweets out there yesterday and even into this morning from people you wouldn't expect. Gene Simmons tweeted out, Nikki Sixx tweeted out. Can't remember his name offhand because I hate him. The lead singer of Anthrax tweeted out about how awesome Prince was and how this is a huge loss. He was. I sent the picture out yesterday on the Loki and Jabroni Facebook page. I said Prince rewrote the rules on music.
In 1982, he came out with the song 1999, right? Mm-hmm. That put him on the map. That was boom. Number one. Genius.
Oh, yeah.
He was a fucking genius beyond his time. Why? Because when 1999 came around, that song was already timeless.
Oh, hell yeah.
So when the year 1999 came...
That's all you thought about. I'm going to party like it's 1999.
Fucking genius.
And here we are, 16 years removed from 1999 turning to 2000.
And can I simply...
We still rock that song.
We do. Absolutely.
Yesterday, funny little thing before I get back to your point. On iTunes this morning, 20 of the top 25 most downloaded songs in the last 24 hours belong to Prince.
And he deserves it.
Absolutely.
He deserves it.
Absolutely.
He deserves it. Quick point.
Go ahead.
number one Super Bowl halftime still talked about was his.
Absolutely.
1984, Prince released his movie, which obviously was loosely based on his life.
The
Purple Rain,
Purple Rain
made $80 million in 1984. Think about that. $80 million.
That's like a $400 million movie now.
The album stayed at number one for 24 weeks. Now you don't just do that and suck.
It's a double diamond album too.
You don't just do that and suck. You know what I'm saying? You have to be kind of good. Let me put it that way. So that being said, right there.
Yeah, well, you don't have to have huge talent to sell multi-million records because
people proving that.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? Lil Wayne is what? He's multi-platinum, garbage, whatever it is. Dude, I sat there and I played. Somebody asked me to play before because I only worked for like an hour last night, and somebody asked me to play their Lil Wayne versus 2 Chainz. It's called Bounce.
Oh, the mashup thing.
Yeah, where they rap against each other. Right, they do that rap battle. And it's like sometimes some of the things that they say, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you, haha. That was slick. But man, Lil Wayne's voice after about, I'm gonna say 2 minutes. Okay. I'll give him 2 minutes. So I can't listen to a Lil Wayne song back to back. It's not gonna happen. But
you'll never buy the CD.
But for after that 2 minutes, it's just like nails on a chalkboard. It's like
it's about as appealing as listening to a chainsaw on a loop.
I can't do it. And then there's 5 other artists who aren't him that want to sound like him. And it's like, oh my God, dude, at least back in the day, they all had their own sound. Mm-hmm. You know, when Snoop Dogg came on, he's like, yo, Snoop Dogg, man.
He had,
and when
I equate
Snoop, Dr. Dre came on, yo, the Dre, yo, man, he's all about your
but
face.
But they have their own gimmick, their own style, their own stamp, if you will, on music.
Exactly.
And that to me, that's exactly what Prince
was.
But
it wasn't annoying, and that's what this is. That today's multi-platinums are annoying. That was Purple Rain. Listen to this shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to that song.
It's lush. It's huge. It's well orchestrated.
It's passion.
It's we talked to Mark Slaughter last year, and he talked about having 200 tracks on the one song, and when you listen to the song, it was so lush and it was powerful, and that was Prince every freaking day. And I'm not saying anything bad about Mark. Mark is a genius in his own right. But when I said Prince rewrote the rules, if you think back to 1982, everything had its own nice little box. Country was over here, R&B was here, rock and roll was here, rap was here.
There was no hip hop yet.
No,
there was kind of soul. There was Motown. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of late Motown.
You might have had Lottie Dottie and Jam.
You started getting You started getting your New Editions. You know what I'm saying? They started coming in. You started getting your Belle Biv DeVoe starting to crack like off in the distance. So that hip hop flavor was coming in. You know what I'm saying? He really kind of broke the grounds and said, hey guys, if you come in through this way, we might be able to ease it in a little bit more.
In my mind, I can see this fictional rock and roll, whatever, your musical genre rulebook that says R&B stays over here, rock and roll stays over here, soul stays over here, and he looks at the rulebook and he flings it over his right shoulder and says, fuck it, I'm going to do my own thing. And when you listen, and you can start from the first album, which was simply called Prince, all the way up through when the revolution was done. He went to the new power generation, and then he changed his name to the symbol, and he moves on. There's everything.
Back in
There's
2000, he changed his name back to Prince.
And even then, you want to go back to one of my favorite songs was My Name is Prince. That was when that whole him versus Warner Brother thing, that was his answer to them. That was his fuck you. My name, his given name is Prince Rogers Nelson.
Yes.
But they're saying you can't release music under the name Prince. We own that. And he's like, motherfucker, that's my name.
Yeah, exactly.
So he puts out my favorite Prince song of all time, My Name is Prince. And he basically, fuck you. A year later, he's that unpronounceable symbol. We all called him the artist formerly known as Prince.
And then in 2000, he goes back to the name Prince. And that goes right back to your re-revolutionizing music, the way he wanted to make it, the way that he wanted to form it. It's just the way that when he was, just like you said, somebody comes up to him and says this, that, and the other thing, he says, fuck you, dude. This is how I do it. He's Minneapolis born.
Yep.
He's a huge fucking Vikings fan.
Yep.
When we went up against Cowboys, he wrote that fucking song, Purple and Gold. Look it up, dude. It's actually a decent freaking song. It's actually not bad. But he wrote that as he's watching the freaking Vikings beat the Cowboys.
And
The Vikings
he wasn't afraid to be
beat the
controversial.
Cowboys.
Yes, good. I'm gonna little call back.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go out on a limb because he broke he didn't just break musical barriers. He broke barriers on what you thought you could and couldn't hear in music. Take, for example, Darling Nikki. Every kid who had the Purple Rain album focused not only after you heard, Purple Rain and When Doves Cry, all these amazing songs, there was Darling Nikki. Masturbating with a Magazine. It was about a one-night stand. Go about, I'd say, 84, let's go about 14 years later. He puts out a song called Pussy Control, which is a fantastic song about women empowerment. Who's writing it? A short little black man is writing a song about female empowerment. He broke down those barriers. But in the song, he's not talking about the physical vagina. He's talking about a woman named Pussy Control.
Exactly.
That was her name. And you heard it on the radio, and they didn't bleep it out because he found a way to get around that and say, this is
Same thing with the Batman song.
Exactly.
Get the funk out.
Funk out.
I'll never forget my dad picked us up to go see a movie. It's when they were going through their thing, and that song came on the radio, and he looked at me and he goes, "What did he just say?" I said, "Funk, Dad." He said, "Get the funk out." Like, are you sure? That sounds an awful lot like the F word. I'm like, nope. It's from the Batman movie.
I dare say that any radio station during that time was not going to broadcast the word fuck. However, what was your first memory? First time you ever heard Prince?
Oh, my absolute favorite fucking Prince song is When Doves Cry. My mom had the album because she used to have the albums. Phil Collins, all the old school albums, dude. And she put that thing in, and I just remember hearing
that riff.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was just mesmerized. I just remember I was just like, what is this, Mom? And she's like, oh, it's Prince. Show me the album. And I listened to that whole fucking album, dude. But Doves Cry, that was it's probably still to this day my favorite. Probably my favorite.
Strangely enough, I had heard 1999, and you dismiss it. It seemed, even as a 10-year-old, I was like, oh, that's nonsense. Go over there.
Yeah.
Right now at 10 years old, I'm starting to get into Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister, and of course Kiss, and all the heavy bands. So 1999 was a fun little yay. But you're right. The first time I heard When Doves Cry, and I'm a guitar guy. I love my guitar. I play bass and drums, but I'm a guitar guy.
Oh, absolutely.
And you hear that riff open up that song, and immediately your attention is now on the song.
Yeah.
It's not something you can't put Prince on and clean the house, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to pick up that broom and you're going to
jam your ass off.
And I remember hearing that riff and just, and it was back in the day, excuse me, when they would play 3-4 songs and then you had to wait, and they'd say, hey, so the last song you heard was Men at Work, whatever the hit song was, and before that you heard Cyndi Lauper, this one, and leading it off was Prince with When Doves Cry. And you're writing that shit down. Prince, When Doves Cry. You go out, you buy the cassette or the vinyl at that time. And again, like you, I played that forward and backward. Every Prince album that came out, from Purple Rain all the way up through the Gold Experience, 14 years of music. I think he put out an album a year. I bought every single one.
Dude, and all of them were good.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good. He's not only in the movies, he's in the movies. One of the best scenes from freaking Pretty Woman is when she's in the tub and she's got fucking Prince on.
Oh, yeah.
Do big pretty mama. And he's like, what are you doing? Look at her. She's like, don't you love Prince? And puts that shit down. Dude, how many times you in the shower and you singing Prince?
I do that out in public if I could. I do it. I do shit like that all the time.
You sexy motherfucker. How many times you do that? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
In some of the more racy songs like Pope or Peach or
Off.
Sexy Motherfucker, Get Off.
Cream
is awesome. I have a Prince Greatest Hits CD that used to reside in my vehicle at all times, and now resides in the Immortals vehicle because she stole it, and rightfully so. I mean, Prince crosses so many boundaries. It's amazing to me how Prince is not a bigger selling artist than Michael Jackson, because, when you look at Prince music, it's so phenomenal and it touches so many people.
Well,
why is he not and this is no offense to Michael Jackson, another artist I love that people look at me funny when I say, because again, I'm the Kiss Motorhead fucking heavy metal kill your mama guy. How Prince is not at the top of the ladder, above Elvis, above Michael Jackson, above all these guys.
But let's not forget, Prince is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is, and rightfully so.
Yeah, exactly. Rightfully so, number one, and Jackson is not. So, I mean, you do got to put, like, when people say the greatest, sometimes you have to put that in perspective. Because was Prince rock and roll?
Of course, but he was also
but
soul.
Exactly,
he was R&B.
exactly,
he was rap.
exactly.
He
like
dabbled
you can,
in everything.
You can literally.
I would. You know what?
You can
I'm
literally
upset.
put him in the Hall of Fame of everything.
I'm upset that Eddie's not here today. And God, if there was one subject that we should have
called
Eddie
in.
here. I don't know what
I was almost,
today.
I was almost thinking like we could have put that like on there, but our phones would have been going crazy if we would have had live people calling in. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out like what I need is a
switchboard.
Yes. We put that in. That'd be fucking fantastic. But I was thinking about having a couple people calling in and say,
when you said that, it kind of put the light bulb off in my head. Is that sales doesn't always equate to talent?
Exactly.
You have guys like Van Halen who are bazillion sellers, which is great because Ed deserves it. Mike Anthony, Eddie, Mark,
but not every
Alex
one of their
Van Halen.
songs is
iconic. No,
thank you.
No,
not as iconic as people try to make them out to be.
But they're insanely talented. But then you have, and look, I'm going to catch shit for this, probably from you and a lot of other people. Bon Jovi buries them in sales. Does that make Bon Jovi better than Van Halen? To me, no.
God, no. Bon Jovi is a rock and roll boy band.
Yeah.
They make great songs. They make what I call anthems.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Anything else besides their quote unquote power anthems are nothing. Mm-hmm. If you don't look at Lay Your Hands on Me, Shot Through the Heart, or I Love a Bad Name, and that slow one, something Never Say Goodbye. That's it, dude. That's it.
Well, you got Living on a Prayer.
No, but that's off that album.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And when you go out and you do buy like say a Megadeth album, or sometimes even like I'm gonna throw out 5150. Dude, you could play that album. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you could put that album in and not pull it out.
No, because it's great from beginning to end.
Exactly. But see, Slippery When Wet, you're skipping songs.
You had shitty songs in there.
And that's my point. Like, yes, they sold albums, but not deservedly sold. Not every single one of those songs was a hit. And that's exactly what you had with Prince. You know why? When you have a Prince, they didn't have a Prince greatest hits. You remember what they had? The Prince Anthology.
Yeah.
It was like 8 discs, man. It was like $160 set.
Warner Brothers, during the whole My Name is Prince controversy, and he changed his name to the unpronounceable symbol, put out 2 discs called Prince the Hits, Volume 1,
which, by the way, is the male
2.
and the female kind of put together. That was a crazy ass fucking.
That was weird, but I had those, and it was a great representation. But I remember, and I was sitting with my friend Mike at the time. We were roommates, and looking at the track listing, which was great, but we're like, they forgot this song. They could have put Thunder in there. They could have put Diamonds and Pearls in there. They could have put Money Don't Matter Tonight in there. They could have put this in there, and there were so many that were missing. But they put a decent representation out, which fantastic. They also put a couple things in there that probably no one ever heard before, like Peach. Peach is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Not just by Prince, one of my favorite songs of all time. And chicks hate that song. That's all I'm going to say because I love that fucking song. She was pure, every ounce. I was sure when her titties bounced. That is lyrical fucking genius. You don't have to put 80 F words and kill a Korean grocer in there.
I say that shit all the time. I love when your titties bounce.
Yes.
I love that. I can say that shit all day.
Another question for you, and I'll take it afterwards. If you had a top 5 of Prince songs, any album, any genre, any moment, off the top of your head.
Well, obviously, like I said, I got to stick with, obviously, my When Doves Cry. Freaking one of my, I love Get Off. I fucking love
Fantastic.
Get Off. That's a fucking great song. Sexy Motherfucker is, because I just always sing that. Like, I always fucking sing that shit, dude. Just for the fun of it. I just think for the fun of it. As cliche as it is, Purple Rain. And
can't go wrong. That's
nothing compares to you.
Cliche.
Nothing compares to you.
His version was fantastic.
Yes.
Sinead O'Connor did a fantastic
She did
job.
She did it. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but you know what I'm saying? it's just his was so eerie.
It was him and a piano and a microphone.
His was eerie. Let me
Yeah.
just say that. You know what I'm saying?
I start off once again with "My Name Is Prince." Nothing
Great song.
to me.
Yeah.
That was the epitome of, and that was everything thrown into one. You had that little rap interlude in the middle. You had the rock guitars. You had the soulful singing. Everything was perfect. Peach goes right after that.
I do like Peach. Yeah.
Thunder, which was the lead song off the Diamonds and Pearls album.
Yeah.
Which, when I think the lead single was Cream, so you got that funky.
Get on top.
And so you had that funkness. So you go out and you buy the cassette or the CD, and you hear Thunder, and it's heavy guitars. It's very heavy in the funk, in the lyrics, and in the interlude in the middle. Thunder to me, number 3. Again, I got to throw Purple Rain in that list. One of the best. You can say well written, but it was perfectly written to me. It was perfectly. If there's a perfect song out there, it's Purple Rain. Number 5 is Pussy Control.
I love Purple Rain. Really
Pussy
do.
Control for all the same reasons. It blended everything. It was a great when you put a plate on the table and you're serving dinner, you want the best of everything. All 5 of those songs are, to me, the perfect blend of everything.
So real quick, this would be one of my usual go-tos for music. It's the place is called Express.
Okay.
Really, they did a really good thing on pretty much on him. They did their top 10 list of their favorite Prince songs.
Am I allowed to comment on how
absolutely.
wrong they are?
Absolutely.
Okay.
These guys are pretty good though. I'll give it to them. So
we
picked 5. We picked 5.
Let me stop you, because a lot of critics will point to, like, hey, 1999 and Raspberry Beret. No offense to those songs, because those are, again, he doesn't make a bad song, but they're going to the popularity bullshit.
Exactly.
I'm going to when you hear it and it hits you.
Just like I said, nothing compares to you.
What is that phrase you just recently introduced me to? It hits me in the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you hear my 5 anyway, and your 5 as well, you hear those songs come on, like the riff from Dove's Cry, man, hit you right here, man. It's badass.
So here we go. Number 10, Alphabet Street.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Thunder.
Nice.
Number 8, there's your Raspberry Beret.
Okay.
And the reason why they say that, great song. We love this tune because the lyrics are like a mini movie. Prince shows that he's the master of class in this song, which blends MIDI music with playing live. It's from such a brilliant album that it didn't get enough acclaim as far as they're concerned.
Right. And I will say this, Raspberry Beret is a cleaner, nicer, more family radio friendly than
It really
Little
does
Red
tell
Corvette.
a story.
It was Little Red Corvette in a nicer way, but both songs.
Right. Number 7, Controversy.
Wow.
Number 6, Sometimes It Snows in April.
Yep.
Number 5, Purple Rain. Number 4 would be Kiss.
Nice.
Number 3, When Doves Cry. Number 2, Black Sweat.
Ooh.
And then number 1 was Sign of the Times.
Okay.
That they ended up picking. So like I said, they did it. I think they did a pretty good job on that.
I'll buy every single one of those. I'm not going to argue with any of those. There are things on that list that I would have put in. 7 was I have so many great memories listening to 7. Thieves in the Temple. Oh, wow. Just so much. Pope, again, Pope was a great song. Peach was a great song. Sexy Motherfucker. There's just too much to pigeonhole certain things and make a top 10 list of Prince, because any top 10 list that includes Prince can easily be a top 100 list.
Well, he's got that many songs.
But again, I'll go back to those songs that I mentioned. 7, Thieves in the Temple. There was that one from the movie Under the Cherry Moon.
I like 7. That was a good one.
That's badass.
Yeah.
You mentioned Kiss was on that list.
Mm-hmm.
When Tom Jones redid that song, it wasn't insulting, because a lot of times you get a cover song, it's really insulting. Hearing Poison play Rock and Roll All Night, that's insulting.
Right.
You're shitting on that song. I know you're saying, well, we're showing love to the master. Paying tribute to the master is fantastic, and when you cover a song, we already talked about it, is that sometimes it's an insult. But when people cover Prince and do well, and Prince has covered others, not always widely distributed, it just feels right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Prince is just one of those guys.
What's his name? When Shinedown did Simple Man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, they made it their own. sort of say. You know what I'm saying? You knew it wasn't their song,
Right.
but they paid tribute enough where you had a little bit more respect
Yeah,
for it. You know
same
what
could
I'm
go
saying?
to Foo Fighters doing Darling Nikki.
Yes, yes.
What
And
a fantastic
they
cover.
did a good job.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did a good job. Our boys, freaking Shaman's Harvest,
Yes.
doing Dirty
Dirty
Diana.
Diana.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you take a song that is, and not only that, it's someone else's baby.
Mhm.
You know, let's not candy coat that. Kiss was, that was Prince's own. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Dirty Diana, God, that was Michael Jackson
Mhm.
all day long. To take someone else's song like that, to make it your own, and still give it enough homage to pay tribute.
See, that's a great point right there.
That
You have to give it enough respect.
Yes.
And some bands do and some bands don't. And thankfully, with Michael Jackson, with Prince, they give it that respect.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, unfortunately, Loki wants to break in with some terrible news.
So, real quick, because obviously, well, actually, no, it probably won't even matter because we won't be doing this.
It might
tomorrow.
matter. You never know.
Well, I was going to say we won't be doing this till tomorrow anyway.
That's true.
Go on, so.
Might as well
But,
tell the people.
yeah, but, we obviously been back in Blair Tugman, and he is going to be doing the fight tonight because we are recording right now on Friday. Do not keep this in mind. Obviously, we're going to be releasing the show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But Blair has been moved to the third fight after the main event. So you're talking about 11:30 by the time he even gets his gloves on and goes out there and starts, battling it out. By the time he's done there, my boy's going to be tuckered out.
Oh,
so we just make sure you guys stick around. Still give him the shout outs because this guy definitely deserves it.
We're probably going to do, like we usually do, a short live piece after the show. And we'll tell you, if you're going to the fight, stick around. Show Blair some love. He's not going to make it out tonight, like he said last week. No big deal. Least of the worries, man. Let's be honest. That guy has a job to do. Get out there and do the job. Whip Jay Perrin's ass, my friend, because that's what's important. And then next month, go win that belt. And hey, even better, next month you come out, you greet the public, you got a fucking title belt in your hand, my friend. And we know that belt's going to be yours.
I'm just, like I said, did you happen to find out Bassett's record?
Oh, no, we wanted Matty Bassett's record.
I just want to know.
We were talking about it
because
all.
I just kind of feel like I think they pushed him aside because of that. It's funny because
Matt's the swing fight, so
it's because Blair was the swing fight.
Yes.
So that's what's crazy to me because that was another thing that somebody brought up. Oh, well, his Bellator record isn't that great, huh? It's what I'm saying.
I remember you saying that before.
A lot of people bring that up, and I'm like, dude, you don't even know this guy. Like, have you even seen his reality record? His reality record's fucking fantastic.
His fighting record overall is
exactly. Great. He's going for a goddamn title belt. Like,
all right, Matt Bassett in 23 fights has 16 wins, 7 losses. The wins 4 by knockout, 5 by submission, and 7 by decision. So.
Yeah, so he's got him in Bellator numbers.
16 and 7. Well, that's overall. I haven't even looked.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm thinking Bellator numbers because there's a reason why Bellator would make a move like that. And the reason why is because,
one of the things I read just a few minutes ago on Facebook when the announcement was made is that they booked too many undercard fights. And you know what? That's not on Blair, and that's not on Matt, and that's not on Brennan. That's on Bellator themselves.
That is.
How do you overbook? I know you got to sell out. I think it's the first on paper regular Bellator sellout at Mohegan Sun. So you book a lot of fights. Great, fantastic. But you're fucking a lot of people over. What if you're one of those kids from Team Tugman? What if you're one of those kids that came out and you want to see your coach fight? Now you're up till 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I know kids, they get cranky, they get shitty. You're not doing any favors. Blair's overall record is 7 wins, 6 losses. Again, don't have the breakdown of from which to which, but again, like you said, his others outside of Bellator, fantastic record.
Right, but that's what I think they're going with. I think that's what Bellator is saying right now. They're saying, Blair, we have you on the card here. We kind of made the wrong decision. We feel like Bassett would be a better swing, and we're going to throw him there. And that's shitty. Number one for business because you're showing one fighter that you do actually care more about. Say. Because,
look, I love Matt. I think Matt's a great guy.
This isn't even a dig at Matt. Mm-hmm. This is a dig at Bellator.
Okay.
I think you have a hell of a fight on your hands between Perrin and Tugman just because of the shit that's been going on with them.
The animosity's been going on for months.
Exactly. If you even just looked at it for 5 seconds, you would see that you had the right fight booked in the first place. Now you're going to turn around and say, okay, well, we didn't actually book the right fight. Now we're going to throw Bissett up in here. And who's Bissett facing in the
That I don't know. I'd have to look that
So,
up.
like we don't even know like the whole history background on that.
We've honestly paid a little more attention to Blair.
Well,
because
he's been
a
on
friend.
the show, right? And plus, he's been on the show.
Right. 3 times now.
Yeah.
So we give him that what's the attention.
Yeah.
We give him that attention. We know who he's fighting. We know everything about the fight. Matt's fight, not quite sure. I'm going to look that up right now, see if I can get a fight card from Bellator.
Yeah, well, obviously, if they book too many freaking under supposed quote unquote undercards, that's where they're standing. I mean, how do you when you're putting this together, don't your people talk? Don't your people like, hey, okay, so what do we got for the first fight? Okay, so we got these 13 fights right here. Which one you want? Okay, we'll take this one. Okay, so wait a minute. At that point, you're saying, hey, wait a minute. Did you say 13 undercards? Yeah, we booked 13 undercards. Why the fuck would you book 13 undercards?
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know, because we fucked up, sir. Okay, well, you need to get rid of 5 of these undercards, and you need to tell them we need to reschedule the fight for another day and be gone with it. Instead, what they said is, let's make this happen. So now you have a Bellator event that's going to start at, say, what, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock?
Give or take.
Right? And it's going to go on till about midnight, or there's some. If Tugman is the third fight out, is there one more after him, or is he the dead last?
As far as I can read, he's dead last.
So he'd be the...
I don't have a first name, but he's fighting a gentleman named Richardson. I'm still looking.
Okay.
All I'm seeing is Bissett versus Richardson. So that's all I've got right now.
Well, like I said, regardless, it looks like they had their mind set on one thing, and
Keith Richardson. My bad. I'm sorry. I just got it right now. So you know what? Maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I don't care. I just know that again, Blair every time brings his little wrestlers out, and to put this guy on at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, you're
fucking shameful, dude. It really is. It is. It's pretty shameful.
And that's bad on Bellator.
It is. It is bad on Bellator. Number one, I mean, you can't. The day of the fight, you're gonna make a change like that. I mean, first of all, like you said, you have certain expectations. You're expecting the fight to be over at a certain time. You're preparing your body mentally for this. You know what I'm saying? He could have actually stayed in bed an extra hour today, had he known he was going on later today. You know what I'm saying? There's little things that I think that play into fruition with this, and it's not cool when they fuck around with shit like that. Mm-hmm. It's not. It really isn't. But Blair, go get him tonight. Use that fucking shit to your advantage.
Take that anger.
Put that boy in the mat. Put that boy in the mat.
Yeah, put him.
That's all I gotta say. Put him on the mat, dude. Put him on the mat. He doesn't think you can wrestle him down. Show him. Put him on the mat. It's over.
Break his skull.
It's over.
That's all I want to say.
It's over.
Break his skull.
Pop it. So yeah, so that was our little shady news that we just found out. As a matter of fact, we took a quick little break and we came across that as we were doing that. Mm-hmm. So that's some pretty fucked up shit. Good on you, Bellator. Good on you.
All right. Way to bend over your things. Way to bend over some of your fighters too.
Exactly. Way to not care about your fighters. Way to be NFL, buddy. Way to be NFL.
And it's bad because I pump Bellator's right now. Bellator puts on the most exciting fights. I watch that UFC.
They do. Apparently, they were thinking and watch, all these undercards are going to be exciting fights. They're going to be fantastic fights.
They're always the best.
Right, exactly.
And, of course, Brennan's on the televised card. And Brennan, oh, Jiminy Christmas. Brennan Ward, Irish Brennan Ward. If you guys have not seen Brennan, watch his fights.
He's an animal.
Freaking beast.
He's an animal. That's the only thing you can say. He's a fucking animal. But, all right, so back to our whole reason for us changing.
Yes.
We will be obviously next week doing our
cancer benefit. We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Right, exactly. So we will not be doing the show that we originally had planned yet again. Yep. So you guys should definitely enjoy that.
Ooh, that was me.
Prince, there wasn't a time. I don't think there wasn't a time that he didn't shock you, amaze you. What if he had a new project going on? Let's just say you knew it was going to be good. You knew it was going to be different. You know what I'm saying?
Never disappointed.
Right. When Prince went on to the new power generation, when Prince did all his little side projects, he picked up he always found people that just somehow went with him. And you know, whether it was just like, you know what, I don't feel like playing guitar this album. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody will grab it.
Right, exactly.
And
exactly.
they did well.
And they did well, right, exactly. It's like and God, let's not forget who fucking Sheena E. I mean,
Sheila E., Apollonia, Vanity, the Mary Jane Girls. I sing that song in my house.
God.
I love that shit.
Oh my God, I forgot about
the
them.
people that came through and were touched by Prince.
That he helped, that he formed a career. I mean,
he wrote. Let's just talk about that. He wrote songs for Alicia Keys. He wrote songs for Sinead O'Connor. He wrote songs for Cyndi Lauper.
He was a hell
Shaka
of a writer.
Khan.
He was a
I'm
hell of a
missing
writer.
one. Oh, I can see the Stevie Nicks. He wrote for that whole "Stand Back." That was Prince.
Yeah.
Not only are you making money doing your thing, you're helping somebody else make money. And you're getting a little scratch in your pocket doing the same thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, some people like, you know, you got your people like Babyface who sing and they also write their songs and they also produce. Obviously Dr. Dre and rap and stuff like that. You know, you got the people that get it. But Prince was one of the people that first got it. You know what I'm saying? He
was
on
a multi-platinum level.
Yes. I mean,
how many people don't remember Manic Monday?
Dude, he helped fucking Aerosmith. I'm into
Sheena
the rocks.
Easton. Christ, I forgot about Sugar Walls, and then she did the "You Got the Look" with him.
Yes.
Another great collaboration. There's nothing he couldn't do.
No,
there's
nothing
he couldn't do. And on top of that, now he's gone.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, 2000, what was it, 2007? 2004, because 2007 was the Super Bowl fucking, like I said, to this day, you can still say that was the greatest Super Bowl halftime ever.
I think it was 2007.
Because 2004 is when he did his concert with Beyonce.
Yep.
And that was huge. Like, that was enormous. And then it was like 4 days later, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has literally done it all. He's 57 by the time he ends up dying. I mean, now you obviously, you have said many a times that you're a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also,
I know, and you've given me shit about that.
So there's this nice little list that I also found that I wanted to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
These are 10 songs, and they actually have the live clip. So I'll throw the live feed up there on our website.
Sure.
So you can check that out. I'll just throw a couple in there that I thought was a pretty good point. 10 times when Prince ripped it up on guitar, ripped it, like proved that he owned it. He owned it. 1982. Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad live, New Jersey's Capitol Theater, on fire with this single from his 1980 self-titled album. At the 3-minute 10-second, he engages in a string-bled vibrato rapid scene that repeats the next for the whole freaking next minute. Here's a little taste for you guys.
If it decides to play.
This is early in his career, mind you. 1980.
Just looking at that footage, you can tell it's like handheld, hand cam type stuff.
He's all over it, dude. He's fucking feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. I think this was the other one that I really liked though. 2012, which was just recently. He was on the stage with CeeLo Green.
Oh, is that the crazy one?
Yeah, the crazy, exactly. Real quick, guys. Here you go. You can enjoy this one. is at a Prince concert. CeeLo comes out here.
Fan shot, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Very clear. You can hear everything.
Listen to the crowd when he comes out. That's all I gotta prove, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I gotta prove. And then he grabs his freaking guitar.
And he's working it.
Self-taught. That was one of the instruments he self-taught himself.
Amazing.
I mean, how can you... He's freaking insane, man. Just absolutely insane. When he came out there, I mean, you guys, when you see this video, like I said, I'll post it. It shows all 10 of them. These are just the two that I really thought was... I mean, like I said, number one, 1980. That was when his career first started. You could hear it. You could hear when he was doing it.
And now this is the Metamorphosis.
And that was 2012, and it was like... You know what I'm saying? Like, you could feel it. I mean,
you know, I'm one of those guys that says the guitar is the most sensual instrument in music. It makes you feel so many things. And when he starts playing that guitar right there in Crazy, and he's just taking it to a whole different level, your whole body explodes. The hair on the back of my neck is still standing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The hair on my arms is I still have goosebumps. You can see them. You can't, but Loki, you can. It's just phenomenal what this man could do with any instrument.
Exactly.
I bet he could take a freaking pan flute like Zamfir and go out there and make a beautiful, heartfelt, kicking you right in the ribs song. It's such a tragic loss.
It is, dude. Absolutely no. It really is. Like we said earlier. I mean, it's you really break down any of the talents and any instruments that he really broke down. I mean, the things that he did community wise, the things that he did for artists, the things that he did for music. I mean, we already said this year has really sucked for freaking losing the people that we've already freaking lost, without a doubt, man. But to lose people at the ages that we're losing at right now, that is the true travesty right now, is because these people are, you know, he still had so much more to contribute. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really did. That was 2012 when he was out there rocking that shit. And I know he had projects. He was just on tour right now. You know?
Last week he played in Atlanta on April 14th. He called it the Piano and a Microphone Tour, and he did a fantastic rendition of Purple Rain.
Dude, but that just goes to show you, look, the Piano and Microphone Tour. So he reintroduces and revolutionizes himself every time as much as he can. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what makes him such an incredible artist, and this is what makes this such a huge tragic loss.
You know, this is one time where I'm not going to owe the listeners a beer, but my phone did buzz, and it was a story from CNN about today. The autopsy is being performed on Prince, scheduled for Friday morning at the Midwest Medical Center in Ramsey, Minnesota. The problem is it could be days before the results are complete. Carver County, Minnesota Sheriff's Office announced Friday that the autopsy is going to take place, but the medical examiner's office said that for its part, we will not release the information until the exam is complete and all the results are obtained. Once again, I'll say it. Prince, whose full name was Prince Rogers Nelson, died Thursday at the age of 57. He was found unresponsive in an elevator at his studio in Minnesota. Paramedics tried to perform CPR but were unable to revive him, and he was pronounced dead at 10:07 a.m., 30 minutes after sheriff's deputies responded to the call. In Minnesota, again, a native son, they had the all-night dance party last night, and people were singing all sorts of different songs, and they were having just. This is one of those times where the celebration is higher and bigger than the mourning. We're all
Right.
going to mourn the loss of such a great musician, but the celebration, that's what it's all about.
No, I agree, man, and that's the crazy part about this is most people are celebrating. I mean, obviously, last night we worked and played a lot of Prince songs. We ain't gonna lie, there was one of those things where it's like the same thing when David Bowie died. Kind of played music for David Bowie for like a week, and we still kind of pay the homage. But when you lose somebody like Prince, I'm sorry, but when you lose Prince in general, it's like it hurts. It's
I can only imagine, and we can go back to, all right, wow, you want to talk about some weird shit here. Prince and China on the same day. Now, China, they find her in the morning, and like 2 hours later, they find Prince. So one gets upstaged by the other. Go back to when Michael Jackson died. A few hours before, we find out Farrah Fawcett passed away.
Yes.
Let's go back to 1991. Eric Carr passes away from Kiss. 2 hours later, Freddie Mercury dies. I can only equate Prince passing away to what it must have felt like when Elvis passed away. And I was
Right.
little, and it shocked me, but I don't remember the shock.
I don't remember.
I remember this shock.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because somebody else said that last night too. This was like when Elvis died. And I was like, wow, I didn't obviously feel it that way because I wasn't part of that, but no, I could definitely see that because Elvis did hit so many different generations, and Elvis did, Elvis hit the teeny boppers, and Elvis hit the adults, and Elvis hit every person had a fan of Elvis for a reason. And Prince is the same fucking thing, dude. There are people, you got 90-year-olds are out there fucking 60 motherfucker,
Heck yeah.
and 8-year-olds out there doing the same exact thing.
Let me read some of these tweets from Justin Timberlake. Numb, stunned. This can't be real. Madonna. He changed the world. A true visionary. What a loss. I'm devastated. Elton John. This is truly devastating news. The greatest performer I have ever seen. A true genius. Musically way ahead of us. Sang with him twice on stage. What an honor. Rest in peace, Purple Warrior. Oprah Winfrey says, Prince, the doves are really crying now. Listening to your music, remembering you. Katy Perry. And just like that, the world lost a lot of magic. Rest in peace, Prince. I mean, just to hear what these people have to say.
It's funny. There was only a handful of times he actually wore purple.
Yeah. I mean, that whole 1984 period, but he was known as the purple one.
No, well, he's Minnesota native, dude.
Yeah. I mentioned Gene Simmons earlier. He said, Prince, sad to say, has passed on. He was a giant. My deep condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans. And I'm just looking at some of these names. I'm not going to read them all. Reese Witherspoon, LaToya Jackson, Questlove, Keith Urban, even Mario Lopez.
What does my Australian country star have to say?
All right, let's see. Let's go back to.
Let me read it in my Keith Urban voice.
Let me get you back to Keith Urban.
Okay. Keith,
yeah,
what do you got to say about it?
It's not a lot.
Just heard about Prince. Can't believe it. Think I'm going to go write a sad song.
Oh, wow. Well, good job by you, Keith Urban. Just looking at some of these names. Boy George, today is the worst day ever. Rest in peace. I'm crying. James Franco, Spike Lee.
Well, I'm sorry, but raisins in his Krispies make him cry too.
Yes, that's true.
But no, he's right. He is right.
They're all right. Spike Lee says, I miss my brother. Prince was a funny cat. Great sense of humor. I mean,
unlike you fucking racist pig.
Well, we won't talk about that.
So I will. It's my show.
You can.
Fuck you, Spike Jones.
Spike Lee.
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones isn't racist. He's a fantastic
fuck you, Spike
producer.
Lee. Sorry.
That's all right. We apologize for the mistake that Loki made just now.
It's called editing.
Yes, it is. But to edit it out takes away the organic. We are trying to keep Prince alive, and we'll do so. Look, I spent 3 hours last night after the Immortal fell asleep watching CNN footage of Prince, and they had people come in. Naomi Campbell's in tears. Will Smith is in tears. One of his best friends was on there.
Naomi Campbell is still hot.
Yeah,
crying. I bet you Naomi Campbell would be hot in the toilet.
Probably.
Like just taking a dump, she would probably still be hot. You know what I'm saying?
She's Naomi Campbell taking a dump.
Remember when
beautiful.
Carmen Electra was taking a shit in that movie?
Yep. She
was
still
hot. You know,
Still
she's all picking her teeth, and I was like, I'd still bang you. I'd still fuck you.
You know, there's not going to be too many people. Again, we referenced Elvis. Lemmy had a real great outpouring.
But like I
Bowie
said,
did. But this is one of those icons.
but
Like
Bowie
we mentioned.
would be pretty close to it, and Michael Jackson when we lost
Yes.
him. Well, obviously, we didn't have our podcast at the time, so
No.
we really didn't break it down. It's about not just because you know what, Lemmy had a huge fucking following, but you talk to say someone who's into hip hop and shit like that, they're like, yeah, that's that dude with the fucking crazy mustache and had the moles on his face,
yeah,
right?
The Cocoa Puffs on his
right,
feet.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, isn't he like really loud and he fucking gurgles or shit?
Yeah, you're right. Prince transcended genres. Prince.
There was, dude.
transcended-
I was listen back in '86, and I had my Camaro. It wasn't a Z28. It was an IROC. I had my IROC. It was black with fucking silver stripes. Badass little car. Had the T-tops, and you had your discs. You know, your tapes. I'm sorry, at the time you made your tapes too. That was the best part. You made your own mixtapes.
Mixtape motherfuckers.
I would go from Metallica to fucking Sevens on a dime. Dude, before you even know it, most people be in the car with me and they fucking hear that shit drop from fucking, you know, bam, the end of fucking Metallica, and then all of a sudden, seven, and you watch them fall. They're looking at you like, what the fuck is this shit, dude?
That reminds me of my most eclectic music weekend. I saw in order Tom Jones on Friday night, Travis Tritt on Saturday night, and Pantera on Sunday night.
Did you get to see him live?
Prince?
Yeah.
Never.
That was one thing I was pissed about, man. I said the same
thing.
thing.
I had a chance once, and it fell through. It was just a couple years ago at Mohegan. At Mohegan Sun, I had a chance, and it fell through.
I'll tell you, I do gotta say that would be a hard regret is not seeing him in concert.
Absolutely.
Because that's you know, I've seen countless artists say multiple times. Like I've seen Garth Brooks now, obviously, you know, 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Bon Jovi 3 times. Would I sacrifice?
I've seen Kiss like 3 times.
I would sacrifice one of those guys to see him live.
Somebody's gonna call me out on my bullshit right there. I've seen Kiss 42 times. But you're right. There are certain artists that you have. Like I saw Motorhead once. I saw Dio once, and then like a couple years later they're gone. There are artists that I never got to see, and I'm like, damn, I missed the boat. And as many times, as many opportunities as I had, and the closest I came was a couple years ago when Prince played Mohegan Sun. That was the closest I came, but I never had that opportunity. It's going to be a big regret. If I could die with one regret, I hope that's the one. But no, this one was hard. I said it before. You know, there's shocking ones, and then there's shock. This one,
this was shock. I didn't see it. Like I said, we were kind of getting into the China thing.
Yeah, we had just talked about it.
I just started talking about it, and all of a sudden this hit. And I'm sorry, like I said, when he hit, it was it. Like it was way over. Like I said it before, and I'll say it again. China revolutionized female wrestling. There's no doubt about it. But Prince is a way bigger loss, and you know, to lose him in the same day, to be outshined, that really sucks. You know, but I mean, he's the musical community lost a lot,
and it hurt. I mean, yeah, you just mentioned China was a groundbreaker for female wrestling, and on her own, had this tragedy, this double tragedy not happened, yeah, we are going to talk about China, and we're going to say, you know, here's what she did, here's what, you know, she brought forward. This is Prince. This is like big, fat capital letters. Prince. One of a kind. And not to say that China wasn't one of a kind, because she was.
No, she was, like I said.
But
no, he was
Prince.
What he developed and what he created into this world and into the music nation was above and beyond. I mean, it was insane. Like I said, there's so many times like you can just, like you said, not even a top 5, just take a top 3 between 10 people, and I guarantee you, unlike say other artists, within that top 3, you're gonna find probably about 12 different songs.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Easy. And because Prince touched you in a different way, everybody, whether you like that funky Prince in the New Power generation, or whether you like that, you know, the sultry freaking Purple Rain, the freaking Doves Cry, Prince had something for everybody out there. And he was an artist. He was a fucking artist.
Everybody who, if And here's a challenge for you guys. If you want to put forth a top 10, my favorite top 10 Prince songs, I guarantee you, if I read them, every one of them's going to be like, oh, awesome, 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 awesome.
You
There's
can't,
never,
right.
there's never a shitty song. Whereas you could go to a Bon Jovi or a Kiss or Michael Jackson, and somebody puts together, say, top 10 Michael Jacksons, and there's Liberian Girl, and you're like, oh, wow, that song sucked. How is that one of your favorites? It's how you feel. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as a bad Prince song.
I agree.
Ever.
I agree. Definitely, man. There's without a doubt in my mind. Without a fucking doubt in my mind. I mean, you can't.
And that was just fantastic. Loki #2 just decided to join in. Where do we go from here?
I mean, we're essentially breaking it down. I mean, this is where we break down towards the end of the show.
No. Where do we go musically from here?
With him?
Again, there's a gaping hole.
It's the same thing when David Bowie died. He didn't have anybody to go underneath him. He didn't have, all these great, what we consider them masters, and every master had an apprentice. Every master had a successor that he was going to
Prince had 440 apprentices. I'm not sure any one of them are going to live up to it.
Not a single one of them is considered a successor.
No.
The same thing with David Bowie. None of them could succeed what he has accomplished. See, David Bowie succeeded his mentor. Prince succeeded his fucking mentor. No one is going to succeed Prince. No one is going to succeed David Bowie. They don't have the talent. It's not there. The drive, the family, the past that they came up through, the determination it took from sleeping in a car to get into these venues, to being told you ain't nothing, you can't do this. Oh, big deal. You're a black guy that can fucking play guitar.
And you're
Whoopie
this
fucking
big.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got a fucking stick or a fucking sing the prayer on, dude. Whatever you do. So what does he do? He goes out and he fucking learns how to do the drums, and he comes back. Exactly. Like, I mean, this is what takes a true artist, is sometimes the pain, the realization, and the going through of failing a gazillion times before you finally reach that one time of success,
I know for myself that the world is a much smaller and much darker place without him. Again, all the CDs, I'm going to listen to them all over the next couple days.
Oh, God, yeah, man.
I'm going to listen to My Name is Prince at ear-splitting volumes. I'm going to listen to Pussy Control at ear-splitting volumes. I'm going to have that riff, regardless of, I use When Doves Cry on my WWE 16 video game as an entrance song for one of the characters. There's always something that I'm going to have at my arm's reach to remember just how awesome he was. And I'm not going to lie to you. Last night, I'm sitting watching all that CNN coverage. I got tears pouring down my face. Was I full on bawling, crying? No, but
no, you get misty-eyed. Absolutely.
It was just hard. This was tough to swallow, and it's going to be tough to swallow, knowing that he's not going to offer us. We're not going to have anything from him ever again, and that's selfish. And you know what? I don't mind being selfish right now. That's going to be hard to swallow, knowing that next year there's not going to be another CD. Knowing there's not going to be new music coming out unless he's got, like Tupac, tapes and tapes and tapes and tapes, which I'm sure he does. The guy was always writing, always recording, always creating. If there's something new that comes out, I'm going to be the first in line, if not the second in line, to pick this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
The world is a much worse place, much more so than any other musical genius that we've lost. My opinion, the world is a much worse place.
And I do say world, because listen to this. When is the last time that we've seriously mourned a international star?
Maybe Bowie, before that Michael Jackson.
Right, exactly. And Prince is an international star. He is internationally known. He is from the other side of the map to the where the sun doesn't shine.
Yep.
From Alaska all the way down to the fucking South Pole, where people are barely just starting to get radio signals. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know Prince, and that's the biggest thing that sucks about this.
Young and old. I mean, there's even young people as young as 10 years old who know Prince from their Just Dance video game. And there are folks like us that grew up listening to this genius for years and years.
We used to do house parties, and it'd be in the freaking. I used to have that. Remember the big setup. Everybody had them. And it had 100 disc CD changer in it. And you load the freaking discs up in there. And then people come over and you hit random, and you would just drink beers, and you'd be out on the porch and you'd be doing all kinds of stupid shit, a.k.a. the house party, right?
Oh, yeah.
I must have had Out of 100 discs, they were all filled. Probably about 10 of them were Prince. You know,
nobody complained.
no. When they came on,
Nobody complained.
sometimes you get a look like, wow, really? That came out of nowhere.
Why is the Kiss guy playing Prince? Well, because Prince is a freaking genius.
Yeah, exactly. Because he did. He hit every genre. Like I said, I can sit there and I can take, like you just said, I can sit there and I can listen to a whole stack of Prince albums and be fine with it.
And
Can I do that shit to Lil Wayne? Fuck no. Can
I
I
can't
listen
do that
to
with
Drake's
my
fucking
favorite
annoying
band.
voice like that? No, dude.
I'll skip over Kiss songs.
Oh.
I can't do that on a Prince album.
It's smooth, man. And
Exactly.
it's almost when some people make albums, they're just exactly that. They're point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
When other people sometimes like Tom Petty and even we'll even say old school Aerosmith, there's a story.
Oh yeah,
That they're saying, right, exactly. You're going through point A and point B and you're learning something. You're getting an experience. You're getting the feelings that they gave you when they were getting there, you know? So I mean it's gonna be shitty that we're not gonna get anything new from him. Cherish the old shit because, man,
absolutely.
because what he did was absolutely incredible.
I know for myself. I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm gonna miss the hell out of him, and a big regret is that I never saw him live.
That's what I said too. That's my biggest thing is that I really do, because out of all the people that I think would have been fucking phenomenal. I mean, you see the videos all the time, the shit that he does. I mean, like I said, his halftime was still one of my,
if not the best.
I do. I really, to this
Number
day.
one.
Yeah, to this day. And you still, if you ask a lot of people just randomly on the street, what is your favorite halftime show? And I'm telling you right now, a majority of the people are going to say the Prince one.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. He gave you everything. Man.
Just fantastic, and such a huge loss. Before you get into your fantastic list, as somber as it is, and I'm going to do this as well as I can, we want to thank Sublime Inc. for being a fantastic sponsor of the show. 577 Route 12, Groton, Connecticut, 860-445-4200. Go get yourself one of those Prince symbol tattoos. Wouldn't that be great? If everybody just went out and somewhere on their body did that little unpronounceable symbol, I toyed with it. I ain't gonna lie.
That'd be funny.
Go down and see my man
I'd
Falcon
rock it.
Dave. I would.
I'd rock it.
I might put it right here on my neck so everybody can see it every day. Go down and see my man Falcon Dave Kovalik, the wonderful and talented Dana Batts, the not so furry
Batwoman.
The Batwoman. Ooh, you might have just got a nickname, Dana. Go down and see the not so furry Justin Fur, or if you're feeling saucy, you can go see
Dave the Nightmare, but fights before 11:30. Kruger. Sorry, Bellator, I had to throw that in there.
Tell them the Loki and Jabroni show sent you. Let them know we love them as much as they love us. And guys, 1 week from the time you hear this, hopefully, April 30th, 2016, Veterans Pro Wrestling presents Colors for a Cause. It is a veterans and cancer awareness event. $10 per person. Doors open at noon. Lectures, bands, entertainment, great stand-up comedy from our man Ian C., who's also going to be involved, and Loki and Jabroni recording live right there.
And not
in front
only
of you.
Loki and Jabroni, the whole Loki and Jabroni concated lot of
the
us.
whole entourage.
Eddie Focus will be there.
Yes.
I'll be there. Jabroni will be there, and
I hope so.
our newest little addition, Miss Rachel herself.
Yes,
will also be there.
It's going to be great. Our color commentator from WrestleMania will be right there with us. She might do the handouts. She might record. We never know. All we know is, guys, this is a fantastic cause, and you should not let this pass.
No, you want to definitely come out here. Even if, like I said, cancer sucks. Cancer has affected somebody in your family at some point in their life. It's a good thing to stand up against. It's a good thing to stand for. And a veteran's cause, like we said before a million times, the whole reason why you are breathing. And yes, we understand. Every country out there understands what freedom is. America started it, all right? And there is something to be said about that. And there's something to be said about the fact that we are still breathing that free air, and it's because of these veterans. Mm-hmm. Go out there, and if you don't do anything else, go up there and shake their hand and say thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Especially if you've never served yourself, because you've never actually taken the chance to take something as what we like to call comfort out of your life. What you guys go through in everyday life is called comfort. Mm-hmm. What these boys and what these girls they give up for that is called their lives. It's called their comfort. You owe them some respect.
Absolutely.
They don't demand it. They deserve it.
Absolutely. And let's throw a special shout out in, I think, 4 days' time. One of our friends, Kelly Ann Teeters is going to be shipping out to her basic training for the Air Force. You know, Kelly,
I don't know what you guys say, but we say, what?
Absolutely. We applaud you. We are glad that you are taking the step that a lot of us took to defend
They
freedom.
probably say zoom zoom.
They probably do. After they drink their lattes and eat their
and
ice
they have
cream.
their lobster for lunch. We know about
It's an Air Force thing, Kelly. It's not against you. It's
we've
an Air
heard,
Force
yeah,
thing.
we've heard your basic training, Air Forces.
While you're watching
zoomies,
Days of Our Lives.
Little zoomies.
Big ups to Kelly for doing
Absolutely.
what needs to be done.
Exactly. Like I said, taking it out of her comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and giving back to what she feels is very important.
Exactly. And 3 words that everybody needs to remember, guys. Freedom isn't free.
Somebody's bled for it. Somebody's died for it. Somebody has sacrificed it all for that red, white, and blue.
I think my rant last week kind of covered it, but that's a nice way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very nice way to put it.
Very simple.
So I got a question for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, then let me do this.
Uh-oh.
Here he comes. I think Joey was a little upset by the Prince talk.
Maybe. You won't be Prince, buddy. I'm sorry.
You're never gonna be Prince.
You won't be Prince. That's all you have. You're one hit wonder, dude.
So what
That's
does my friend Loki have for us this week?
Okay, so for all you fans of Prince out there, one of the best songs that could ever get you laid is called "The Most Beautiful Girl in the World."
Very good song.
You can send that, and it's an instant panty wetter. Not only because it's Prince, but because the song itself it's a fantastic song. It really is. It's about respecting your woman. It's about cherishing your woman. It's about taking your woman to that next zone, if you will. This, however, is not that.
Uh-oh.
This is the top 10 most unbeautiful girls in the world.
Oh dear God.
By Connecticut standards. Now these are not named per, mind you. These are nicknames that I have come up with over the years and going through different areas of Connecticut.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
So, for example, my honorable mention would be, now this is a title for an unattractive female in the area, below Fairfield.
Ooh.
Got me? So
Okay.
so that's your honorable mention. That's just to get you in a feel
She's
for
below
it.
Fairfield.
She's below Fairfield Hill, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're traveling through, number 10, the New Haggans.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know what those are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you see them on the streets, and they're just like, they usually got needles hanging out. Stick away.
Yoga
from 'em.
pants are 2 sizes too small.
Ooh, yeah, they really did laugh their asses off. They're missing. Stay away from the New Haggans. Don't want to go there. Number 9, the Bristol Butterfaces.
Ooh.
They're everywhere. You think they're fantastic, and all of a sudden you turn around in Dunkin' Donuts and, how you doing? Oh,
Can I have a latte, please?
no.
Sure. Strain it through your tooth.
No. Number 8, the Grottweiler. You guys, Groton is a very bad place, and some of the things that you'll find out in Groton are very bad.
Freaking barracks rats.
One of them is a Grottweiler. Stay away from the
Yes.
Grottweiler. Number 7, the Hartford Husky. Not to be confused with a Stores Husky, because those are attractive and
Mhm.
very athletic. A Hartford Husky is exactly that. Very big and rides the bus.
Ooh.
You want to stay away from these.
And there's
They're-
nothing wrong with the bus unless you're tipping it over to one side.
Well, that's exactly it. If you got a Hartford Husky, you want to watch out for that because they're number 6, a Norpig.
Oh my God.
You've seen them on the streets.
I live with it.
They go.
I don't live with it, but I live in the town. Oh my God. Here comes a smack in the face for old Jabroni. You see how I did that? Every day I drive through the city and I see the Norpigs. I get it. Let me clarify while I'm here, before I get stabbed to death and it just becomes the Loki show. I live in the town.
He does live in Norwich, folks. He
I
does.
know what a Norpig is all about.
He does.
My Lord in heaven, did I almost bury myself?
Number 5, the Vollen cows. If you are in the sticks and you are in the area, stay away from the Vollen cows. They will not only eat your wallet, they might eat you.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Grisnades. You want to stay away from the grenades. They go off, and you always see them. You always see them coming.
They cause so much damage. It's not even.
Number 3, the bridge whores. Stay away from the Bridgeports. From the bridge whores, they're not good. Number 2, the Slamfords.
Oh,
if you're up in that area, you'll see them. They sometimes look, like you said, they're barrack rats, but they're also crossed. They kind of smell like gasoline too, because they.
I have nothing.
Number 9, or number 1. I'm sorry, the number 1 pick. Just because Groton is so nasty, you got to go back there again. The world famous Grotopotamus. You do not want to go anywhere next to a Grotopotamus. They will eat you alive. Literally eat you alive.
Another town I spent numerous times in, and yes, they're all over the place. Especially, which surprises me, anybody who knows Groton knows about Hamburger Hill.
Yes.
And you see the Grotopotamus trudging up. You never see him coming down because they'd roll and disrupt traffic. Yeah. They're always trudging up Hamburger Hill.
They going from one place to another.
I already had Wendy's. Let's go to Burger King.
One place to another. So that is the top 10 non-most beautiful women in the world in Connecticut.
Well, fantastic. And in a great Prince theme. That was awesome. Did you see the non-beautiful girls
in the world in Connecticut?
Oh my Lord. So thank you again to our sponsors. Thank you again to Chris Anino and Ian Cunningham. And April 30th, we have the cancer benefit. Get out and see us. One more thing. A listener, Terry Martin, wants us to mention that on May 7 at the Norristown Green, they have a plant sale every year for the Yantic Fire Department. Mm-hmm. She listens to us every week. We figure we're going to help her out a little bit. Go down, buy some plants. It's a Mother's Day sale. So if you have a mother that's alive or you have a mother that has passed on and you want to put a little something down to remember her by, or maybe you just know a mother that's not yours that deserves a little recognition, this is the place to go. Norristown Green, May 7th. We're going to put some more information up on the page. You can find out just how to get your fantastic plants. They also have a bake sale going on. It's just a great time. And please, please keep it local helping local.
Yeah, it's exactly it. That's exactly what we've been talking about lately, guys. One of our biggest things is trying to bring in the local scene. Obviously, we're local from Connecticut. We are planning on, staying. Of course, Governor asshole decides to keep raising fucking taxes. We might have to be the Loki and Jabroni show on spot from what I think New Hampshire's doing pretty good.
New Hampshire's doing
right?
real well. If I can get past plowing the driveway every 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Summer in New Hampshire and Vermont lasts from like June 1st to September 1st, and then the snow hits.
Yeah, and then exactly. So you got to really be into the snow thing. But no, we really want to be focusing on the local. We have a lot of people, like obviously our friends at Sublime Ink, everybody else that we've helped up before.
Right down to Diekman and Tugman.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Sinners Inc.
They're all out there. The better it's funny. It's like last week when we interviewed Blair Tugman and then we talked about the success that Ward was having, and he was like, anytime you have somebody from the area have success, you're not jealous. It makes you strive harder, right? Because now people are looking at this state. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you need. You need one person to just kind of rise up, and then people start looking here again. And it's not like the talent isn't here. The problem is nobody's looking here for the talent. They're looking elsewhere right now because it's popping up elsewhere. You show them the talent's here, they start looking here.
When you have Brennan Ward and Maddie Bissett and Blair Tugman and Josh Diekman doing as well as they're doing, that only helps to rise this area
exactly.
up. And anything we can do, and we've had Diekman and we've had Tugman, love to have Bissett, we'd love to have Brennan Ward. Anything we can do to help that cause, man, we're here for it.
I would have to say 40% of our shows are dedicated to interviews.
Oh yeah,
maybe 35, maybe 35%. But that's what we like to do, and a lot of it, like we said, it's either it's local or it's us, helping the local area. Like we're about that. And like I said, if anybody has any show ideas, anybody wants, if anybody knows a local band, we're actually thinking about bringing in-house We'll bring some local bands down here. We'll do a Q&A with them. We'll throw them out. We'll get the other band in here. Throw them out. We'll get the other band in
Why
here.
not?
You know what I'm saying? Just to get a Q&A going, just to get a little idea of what the stars are. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Let's get Matt Sinner to sit down here with his
are
guitar
you?
and
Who
play
are
us
you
in.
Who are you, New Wicked Peaches? Who are your new Derek and the Fun Bags?
Exactly.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you?
Was it Sugar Daddy was big on the scene for a while?
Dude, Don't Tell Lisa.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of local bands that back in the day when I was really kind of keeping an eye on them, I knew them.
Red Light is a huge deal now.
Exactly. I don't know a lot of the big ones now. So what is the big names? Bring them on in here.
Exactly.
Let's give them a Q&A. You know what
Tell
I'm saying?
us the local bands that we should focus on.
And we would love to bring them in. I would love to
Not
interview
even local bands. How about artists? Local artists.
Yeah,
local
anything.
authors like Eddie Jakes.
Yes, exactly. Or just like we had Michael Riccardi.
Michael Riccardi out of Worcester. That's local.
Exactly.
It's 35, 40 minutes up
That's
the
what
road.
we consider New England.
Yes.
New England
Let's go there.
Exactly. That's exactly what I consider New England is. You know, your Mass, your Connecticut, your Rhode Island. We're all, even Maine kind of kicks into that because they're so hickly. They got to.
Or maybe you know somebody who is local and hit on a big scene. I keep bringing up Brittany DeNaro, who played in Jaded for years and years. I'd love to have her come back. She's playing, not to stop you, but local girl, Brittany DeNaro from Massachusetts, Acton area, was in a local band called Jaded. Love me some Jaded. She's now playing with Rachel Platten, the fight song girl.
Yes.
She's hitting it on a national level. Local helping local. She's a hometown girl done good. Let's pump her up.
Exactly. Now, like I was saying, because we have lost so many great singers, we need people to step up.
Absolutely.
I dare you guys. I dare you to be the next Prince. I dare you to be the next David Bowie.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? We need it.
Somewhere out there.
We lost. We don't need any more Lil Waynes. We don't need any more Nicki Minaj's. We don't need that shit. We need Bieber's.
Fuck Bieber.
Listen, his new album, I do gotta give it to him. At least he's singing. At least he's fucking singing, and he's not doing that stupid ass fucking the pop, twangy fucking. He's actually singing, and this. I think it's Lose You. To this day, I still think the best line in the world is, my mom don't like you and she likes everyone. Like, come on, dude. How can you not like that line? How could you not like that line? That's all right. That is the truth. That is the truth. My mom really does like everyone. You know what I'm saying? So if my mom doesn't like you,
all right.
That says something. But no, I can see, I know exactly where you're coming from in his career, but you also got to think, how young was he? You know what I'm saying? When they threw him onto the scene, how stupid was he? Did he do this? He didn't have a mentor. He didn't have a Prince fucking slapping him in the back of the head saying, grow the fuck up. Who the fuck did he have? Usher? Usher was doing the same thing. Yeah, let me do a fucking wheelie, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then what did he do? He dropped him off onto that other Yahoo there that sings the fucking Nelly.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? These were his role models. These were the people that were taking care of him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why you have people acting the fool. That's why you have people acting like your quote unquote young Biebers and your stuff like that. Like
I got you. Kids today seriously don't.
You need a mentor. You need a mentor.
You're exactly right.
No matter what you do, no matter what career you're going into, you need that person to show you.
To push you forward.
And you need that person to almost quote unquote hate. And the reason why, not hate like you hate them, but just like a mentor does.
Yeah.
They pick on you, they get you until you finally it becomes what? Instinct.
Exactly.
They taught you so much.
And inspiration.
Right. They taught you so much that the next thing you want to do is beat them. And then when you do, then you become the next Prince.
In my
life.
Then
you become the next David Bowie. Then you become the next Lenny Kilmister. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you become the next Loki and Jabroni because our inspiration comes from people telling us, you can't do this. This is your hobby. Well, guess what, guys? We're moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Our Princes, our Dre's, our Lemmys are coming from inside.
We have fun on karaoke. I ain't signing no goddamn multi-platinum fucking cowboy artist. I ain't doing no multi-platinum fucking rock band artist.
Although Ryan Boyzell should get a fucking contract tomorrow.
I agree with him. He is country.
Love you, Ryan.
He is country boy. I even call him on my phone. He's Country Ryan.
Is he really?
He's Country Ryan.
I just got him as Ryan.
He's Country Ryan. Man. He is. He's country. We have our thing, and it's what we do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? People that do have that talent, people that are wasting it and sitting at home saying, I can never be that. How do you know?
It's not so much. You know what? Here,
How do you know?
Let me throw this out here. A lot of times, it's not so much that they think they can't do it. It's people tell them they can't do it.
Exactly.
You
And
can't do that.
No matter,
what makes
no
you
matter
think,
what they say, no matter if they say you can't, you know how many people, for all the times that somebody told Prince that he couldn't.
Look what he did.
Exactly. And how
The
many
world.
times somebody said, you will never do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or how many times somebody spit in his face and said, look at you, boy, you ain't nothing. You ain't never going
Who's
to
going
be
to take
that.
a 5'2" little black guy seriously as a musician? Well, guys, we just dedicated an hour and a half to one of the greatest musicians
We
in the
probably
world.
could have went another fucking hour and a
We
half.
could
I'll
have
tell
went
you
2
what,
days.
because he deserves everything, and everything that every radio station right now playing his music, keep it up. He deserves
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
He deserves it. He deserves to go out a fucking hero. Because
Another
that's what he
challenge:
was.
go down to your local record shop, whether it's FYE or if you have a mom and pop shop in your town, please go out and
Because you
support
know what?
them. Go out and buy
Google
some Prince.
Music, you ain't gonna find him on there.
No, you're not.
He's just like Garth Brooks. People, he only gives his music to one fucking group. He believes in that shit.
There are CDs, there are albums. I know vinyl's coming back in a big way. Go out. If you're a Prince fan, if you've never listened to Prince, if you're
Pick it
hearing
up.
us talk about Prince, guys, pick something up by Prince and just enjoy it, listen to it, embrace it, and you know what? Turn it up to ear-splitting levels. Much like when Lemmy died, and I told you guys, find any Motorhead song and play it. Dude, today, as you're listening to this, when we go off, find a Prince song, your favorite, or maybe one of our favorites that we gave to you.
Yeah, maybe you never even listen to Prince. Maybe you didn't even think about it. Maybe you know him, but you just said, and you know his songs. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling it. Just pick one song.
There's so much out there, and again, Loki gave his top 5. I gave my top 5. Play Thunder.
Chime in.
Play Dove's Cry. Play anything.
Chime
Yes,
in. No, give
please,
us your top 5. If
give
you're
us lists.
if you're a huge Prince fan, give us your
Even
top
if you're
5.
not a huge Prince fan, if you like Prince and you've heard Prince and you've enjoyed Prince, tell us the 5 songs by Prince that made a difference to you, hit you in the feels, as Loki would say.
Absolutely.
Because God love him, we're never going to see another one like him again.
God, you're damn right about that one.
Oh,
man. Damn right about that.
breaks my heart.
So-
I'll tell you what, if I end up coming out tonight, maybe I'll sing a little Prince.
I'm almost feeling it.
All
I'll
right.
tell you, I won't do it any justice.
If
but
Tugman does what you say he's going to do tonight in 55 seconds, I'll be at Pete's.
I'm telling you, I really do. Especially now he's got it. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna
God
happen.
bless you, Prince. We love you.
Absolutely. Like, we can't say anything more than that. But like I said, this was probably one of the most loved halftime Super Bowl shows. Enjoy.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing, babe.